Destruction Allstars, PlayStation's newest hit or its newest wreck? Let's find out. Hello, 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 and welcome to the night shift. Guys, I'm telling you what, this is the time. This is what we've been waiting for. Destruction All-Stars is out. And I gotta say, it's been an interesting ride. I now I'll say this. I'm doing things a little different this week. I know normally you guys are used to me posting reviews on Fridays, reviews, whatever it may be on Friday. But I just could not wait to get this review out to you guys. I just said, it comes out Tuesday. Let's get it in our hands. Let's get some gameplay. Let's get a feel for how the game is. And let's get this review out so everybody knows what's going on. It's just such a great time to be, doing reviews. So, let's get into this because I'm excited. So to anyone who's seen my show or seen my channel or anything like that, you know how I'm going to do this. But if you're new to the channel, I'll kind of explain how we do things here. I'm going to end up talking about the game. I usually grade this on about 4 points or so. I usually talk about story, gameplay, audio and visuals, and any bugs or glitches that I may run into when I'm doing my reviews. However, this one's a little bit of a different case because for people who have seen my previous reviews, you would know that I'm a big believer that story is super important. But this game is kind of the exception because it falls into that category of no, we're mainly going for a battle royale combat thing, which is great, and I think it works for it. But what I thought was awesome, especially when I was doing more research on the game, finding out what was coming later, on later dates, I found out that there is story to this game. There'll be missions that you can do that kind of give you some backstory to each character that you can play in this game, and each character has a specific rival in the game, and that gives you backstories for both those characters, which I just thought was really kind of unique and cool. As I'm aware of right now, I don't think they're available at this given moment, but they will be soon, hopefully. But from what I've played, I just basically tried to play every mode that I could at least once and just try to get a feel for the game. So let's go ahead and we'll just kind of glaze over our story category for this review anyways, and we'll jump right into gameplay. And guys, I gotta tell you, this game is so much fun to play. I loved being behind the wheel of a car again. I love being able to just crash and wreck people and being able to be fun and do things my way. The fact that they put so much thought into having 3 different classes of vehicles, that was something that I felt was really cool. You got the small, nimble vehicle that can almost turn on a dime. Then you've got the slightly bigger vehicle that's built for speed, so you can get these big whopping hits. And then you've got the giant trucks and SUVs that are just once they get up to speed, a freaking train. I just thought that was so fun and cool. And for modes like Carnado and the Stockpile, that's what it's called, Stockpile, where it's all about getting points and gears. It's so cool to see what you can do with different vehicles. But that's only a part of it, because every character, the person himself, has an ability, and then turn around and they have a hero car. And there is so many different things going on. I think I tried to play it like four different characters. I'm not entirely sure. I've played more than what I have on here. I've probably played maybe half the roster. Maybe I don't know. I'm not sure if I played all of it, but every character is so uniquely different and so fun and vibrant. Some characters are just not my cup of tea. Uh, there's a character I can't remember what his name's called. I think it's like Xander or something like that. But his vehicle and his ability is like a sonar ability, which is cool. I could see where some people are like, yeah, that's a cool ability. I can plan my hit way ahead of time, but it you don't get any offensive like actual offensive help where some of them do, like Genesis, where you literally are in a car with a jet engine on it, and you literally just speed up and take people out. That's so fun. But like I was saying before, in terms of game modes, there is the different like actual game modes, like gameplay for game modes. They're basically uh, there's mayhem, which is just a straight up just demolition derby style like battle royale. You you destroy other people's cars, you get hits, you get KOs, and the more of each of those, the more points you have, and whoever has the most points at the end wins. It's super fun. Then you have Gridfall, which honestly was really interesting to me because it's more of a very strategic game. Because I had a difficult time with Gridfall. I The problem for me with Gridfall was the fact that it is so random as to what is going to fall. And here you are in these vehicles that can be driving at breakneck speeds, and you're trying your best not to fall off the map. It is insanely terrifying. I think I've played it probably like 3 or 4 times, and every single time it's like, whoa, crap, no. But Gridfall is super fun, especially for people who like to strategize and everything like that. Carnado is for me, it was one of, I think, my personal opinion, one of the best modes that it has right now. Because I like the idea that you're attacking all the other players and you're getting these points, and you can keep attacking people all you want, but the longer you stay out, the less likely you're going to make it back to the Carnado to bank all that. Because at the end of that, you have to literally crash your car into the Carnado, Tornado, whatever you want to call it, to bank those points. And it was really, it was really fun. I think I've only had 2 instances where I was like, man, I wish this was different. And that comes down to, A, for one, being a car guy. I feel like it's a cardinal sin to not allow the player to turn the camera when they're driving. I that did bug me a lot, especially in like the smaller arenas where you're making quick turns and you're looking at your car flip around completely, and then the camera turns around to follow you. That's so frustrating because I can't see where I'm going. I saw where I was, but not where I want to go. So that is a frustrating mechanic for sure. But the only other thing I really had to nitpick on was the fact that I just felt like the matches were a little too short. I think each recording was, if I just started the recording at the time that I started the game to the finish, it was about anywhere between 4 to 6 minutes. And that's insanely short, especially coming off of other games like Warzone and Fortnite, where a single round could last you anywhere between 20 to 30 minutes. But I gotta say, though, this was a really, really fun game. I I knew this game was going to either hit or miss for me, and it just was so fun. I enjoyed I enjoyed being able to take on other players. I enjoyed being able to, if I didn't want to take on players, I could go against bots. That's something they didn't have to do, and they did it because they just wanted to. And that was fun for me because it's like, oh, so I don't have to go right up against other players and hope that I'm good. I can practice against bots, kind of get a feel for how to drive in this game, get a feel for how these modes work, and then go in and rain death upon everyone. So I really, honestly, this game for gameplay wise, it's super impressive to me. Plus, on top of which, with it being a PlayStation 5 game, the load times are almost non existent. I tried to keep this film that's playing in the background as bare bones as I could, so you could just see how quickly that's loading in. I mean, it's literally from I click OK to let's go, let's go. I mean, it's literally I'm cutting little to none. I think if anything, I think all I did was cut like where I sat and looked at stats at the end of things. I think that's the only thing. But the other great thing about this game was the audio and visuals. I loved the visuals of this game. Everything sticks out. Not to mention, everything is unique. You can make everything uniquely you. I'm not saying the customization is perfect. When I heard that there was customization to this, I was like, oh, cool. I can pick colors. I can do. You kind of can. You kind of. It's more or less they have color options for each character that you can buy, and those give you variations of it. But even just ignoring that, the idea that like every arena just has these bright, vibrant colors, you, you know, like these really bright greens, light blues, you know, characters have oranges and blues and reds, and then their hero vehicles all have different colors and they stand out, they're uniquely them. It just it's so cool to look at. It's so just interesting. It makes me just it's almost like eye candy, really. I mean, the more I look at stuff, the more I go like, oh man, how did I miss that? I mean, you can literally do so much. I mean, like right now, roughly, I should be playing as I can't remember her name, but she has basically a blade on the front of her car. When you extend that blade, it literally is cutting the floor of the ground, and you can see the little red like scratch marks as you're driving. That's something cool. You can see like scuff paint on the ground whenever you're looking at the arena. You can see tire marks. Stuff like that is just to me is just so cool. I'm highly impressed with the visuals of this game. But almost as equally impressive is the soundtracks. I mean, every character in this game has the same soundtrack, but they're variations of it. Like, so there's one character that stuck out to me. Well, I guess there was two really that stuck out very well to me for that variation of the soundtrack, and that was, I believe, the first one. I don't know his name. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of his name, but I do play as him. He's got a red suit on and some horns. He essentially what he what happens is he has this like kind of rocker motif going on, and he basically, for the soundtrack, it has that, it's the theme, but it has a rocker vibe to it, so it's more heavy, metal kind of deal. And I think that's cool. But then turn around and there's another character. She's like Indian, I think, like from India, and so it's more like India like style music, and that's really really cool. All right, let's see here. I'm looking up the names here. Ah, here it is. Fuego is his name. The first guy with the red jacket and red horns. Yeah, he's got like this rocker vibe kind of version of the song. And then the other one is Rat 2. And they have variations of the soundtrack. And I think just that alone makes it super unique and fun. But then turn around, and the fact that the soundtrack alone is so fun and just adds to the excitement of the game is just so enjoyable. I know this isn't going to be everyone's kind of game. I know that this is going to attract a certain crowd, but the fact of the matter is, at least for me, is that this game is brand new, and it is a fun game. I mean, we're talking about, there's so much to do in here. I mean, it's a really good like game to just play on your downtime. I mean, especially, since unfortunately this is a PlayStation 5 exclusive, you know, you have those quick load times. This is the kind of game where it's like, if you're waiting for somebody to get ready before you go on a trip or whatever, and you're like, you got like five, they like say, oh yeah, give me like 5-10 minutes, put this thing on. I mean, 4-minute matches, you can play a match, maybe even two, and have a quick little blast. And then when they're ready to go, you're like, okay, let's go. This is just such a nice, uniquely interesting game. And I find myself just wanting to play it more and more. This will probably be a game that I'll keep playing for a while. And I'll be honest, I can already tell you for a fact, Friday, since I'm not doing a review, I'm going to do a let's play. And guess what? It's going to be a let's play of some Destruction Allstars. I'm super stoked about it. I think I think we're all going to enjoy that. I think it's going to be a fun time. Not to mention, you guys will get to see more and more of it. Whether you're looking to get a PlayStation 5 or you have one and you just weren't sure if you were going to download this, with your PlayStation Plus account, you know, this is that to me is what I think was the smartest decision. Because I think we all know this was originally supposed to be a PlayStation 5 launch title game. And it was slated for, I think, a $60 to $70 price tag. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't I don't think this game's worth $60, $70. I don't. And that's why I think it's so important if you have a PlayStation 5, and even if you don't, and it gives you the option, because I haven't checked on my PlayStation 4. I need to. But if it gives you the option to to add this to your library, do it. Do it, please. Please, 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 please do it. This is such a fun game, especially to get it for free. Add it to your library. Don't don't sit here and go, well, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to like it, and then not add it, and then later down the road, because they have so much planned. Later down the road, you're like, oh man, that game looks like they've added so much. It looks like a fun game. Uh, I guess I'll buy it, and then they want a hefty price for it. I, I'll be honest. I couldn't see myself paying more than ah, I'm gonna say 40. Just because I think it's such a good game. But I'm also a little stingy with money. You can ask about just about anybody that knows me. I'm stingy when it comes to that kind of stuff. But I I just don't feel I just don't feel there's a lot of games out there that are worth that full price tag anymore. Especially in today's economy. I mean, it's hard. But that's why I feel like it's so important to know what you're getting when you're buying these things. And the fact that you can get this game right now for free if you're a PlayStation Plus member, there's really no reason why you shouldn't at least add this to your library. Because you don't have to download it, just add it to your library. Because like I said, they're planning on adding new characters, new cars, new maps, new stories, all these things that are just going to make this game even better. And I think this game is going to just become a staple for a while. Like, in my mind, this is teetering on the new Twisted Metal. I remember growing up playing that game, and that was so fun. Now, mind you, that was a much like grungier vibe than this, but it's the same kind of game. I mean, you're wrecking each other, having fun. Everybody has abilities. Yeah, technically you don't have guns, and technically you don't have explosives and stuff that I know of. Not saying there aren't, because there might be one. But as far as I'm aware, no. But there is, that I do know of, there is a vehicle that basically turns into a moving mace. So that's pretty cool. But for sure, I'm begging you guys, get this game. It's a fun game for free. Like, do it. You'll regret it if you don't. All right. So, the big question is this game good? Is it bad? I mean, I've already told you it's good. I mean, I love this game. I'm gonna keep playing it. It's such a fun game. So where do I score it on my 1 to 10 scale? That's tough because I don't ever want to give anybody too much praise, especially you know when giving them too much praise can backfire. But this game is so uniquely fun, and they are promising more and more. And I think factoring in my feelings on possibly sustainability for like, am I going to want to keep playing this game? I, oh, excuse me. Uh, I think, yeah, I feel pretty strongly about a 7. Maybe, yeah, I'm gonna go 7.5. I feel strongly about a 7.5. It's not like the world's greatest game ever, but I do think this is a game that we all needed. It's fun, it's vibrant, it's something that's going to make you laugh and have good times, especially when you can play with your friends and stuff like that. It's just going to be one of those games that just you guys remember for days in and days out. I promise you guys, this is going to be a game to remember. That's what I got for Destruction All Stars, guys. It's a fantastic game. If you like what we're doing here, guys, please be sure to give us a like, share, please share, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Check out our Facebook page, our Twitter. Guys, we're always trying to engage with you so you're informed on what we're going to do next. That's all I got. I'll see you guys next time.